Technology Operation Group. He first came across geocaching when he was watching the Law and Order. He found 150 caches in Minnesota and 4 in Wisconsin in the past 3 years. Glen will explain geocaching. Please welcome Glen on how to do geocaching.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Geocaching is just like treasure hunting. When you watch the Count of Monte Cristo or Treasure Island, the pirates, they have paper with map, and then there's a red X, and they try to go to the red X and look for the treasure. But in geocaching, it's almost the same thing, but you don't have a map, you use a GPS, since it's already 20th century, 21st century. And in treasure hunting, they have a big chest of gold. In geocaching, usually it's only like this. It's the size of a film can. So how do you do geocaching? First, you log on first to geocaching.com and you create a profile. Membership is free. You can sign up for free, or you can do the yearly. Sometimes you can subscribe yearly. But if you want extra features, you can do the yearly free. But for now, try to subscribe, do the free membership first. Once you sign up, when you sign up, you create a profile name. In my example, I use Glen_DG. Then you create a password and you enter some details. Next, once you're signed up, you can see all the caches all over the world. In this example, I'll take a cache that exists in Minnesota. A cache will have a name that uniquely identifies itself. In this example, it's GC19JTZ. And then it has a coordinates, the longitude and the latitude. Everything in all the locations in the world can be located by a coordinate. In this example, it means that it's 44 degrees above the equator and 93 degrees west of the prime meridian. So this is Minnesota. And then there's a difficulty. As much as possible, try to get the difficulty that's 1. If the difficulty is 3, it's more difficult to find. And the terrain, try to find. For beginners, try to get the 1 first. If it's a 3, there might be some overgrowth, and you might get injured. Once you selected the cache that you want to find, you can put it in your GPS. Before you go, mark your home first as a waypoint, so that if you drive too far, you can find your way back, just in case you get lost. And then once you get to the park, mark your car as waypoint 2, because you may have to walk 500 feet or 800 feet, and you might get lost. In this example, these coordinates, this is the nearest in this location. It's located under the Skyway near Wells Fargo Museum. In that Skyway, there are 2, if you enter that coordinates, you will find yourself under the Skyway. There are 2 ledges that support the Skyway, and it's located about 7 feet in one of the ledges in the Skyway. And it's the size of this film can. There's a magnet in the film can, and it's attached in the Skyway. Hundreds of people pass by that location, and yet they don't know that it exists. Once you located the film can, you can open it, and there's a roll of paper. You will find that there's a lot of names there. People who found it will sign it up and date it. And you can sign it and date it. After you find your first cache, you can go to the next one, and all the things that you downloaded in the geocache, you can continue finding. And then when you get home, you also have to log on and enter this name and put your notes and say that you found it. Once you log on, your statistics will go up. Right now, I already found 150 all over Minnesota, and I'm still continuing to find. Geocaching is, I got into this because it makes me think. Every time I go there, it's always difficult to find. It takes me a while before I found my first cache. One of the tricks that I found is, when I went into a parking lot, I was trying to find a geocache. There was a big lamppost there, about 20 feet high. At the base of the lamppost is a rectangular box. You will think that there are a lot of wires inside it, but if you lift the lamppost, you will see that there are small packages there. And that's where they usually hide these geocaches. And I hope that you can try this hobby. This is good usually during summer and autumn. It makes me go out and it makes me become more familiar with the parks in Apple Valley. And that is why I enjoy geocaching. Thank you, Mr. Tom.